Hey everybody, it's Mrs. Cassell, and I miss you, and I'm sorry that I'm gone another week. As many of you have experienced, the timeline for COVID to be over is variable and frustrating, but we're doing well, and we're working through this, which is what you should be doing as well. This week, we're going to take another bit of a break from our robots, and you're actually going to do some coding using a pretty solid simulator. This is the FTC SIM. I'm going to move my screen just there. And FTC stands for First Tech Challenge. This is the competition that my after-school teams compete in. We build big metal robots with real motors that do real jobs, and it's pretty exciting and complicated. There's two different coding languages, or versions of the same language really, that we use, and these are what you will use to code in here to make a robot do some tasks that start simple and get more complex. So when you click the link to take you to ftcsim.org, first it's the good Canadians who made this for us, you'll see that there's a big old glossy banner. There's an arena that has a daily challenge that's here. So you can watch the runs from previous users. Often it is that people just ran it to kind of see what was happening. But there's complicated challenges in here that you need to know what you're doing before you can play. But you're welcome to do that as well. So there's a solve now button here. Here's the thing though. We're going to go through the coding lessons that are here. So when you get here, this first intro module is available for anybody, but you're going to want to sign in so I can see your progress. So first thing you're going to do is up here on the upper left, there's the three little lines. Click on those and you're going to go and log in. So first things first, you've been given a username. It is listed on your quiz in Canvas, and your password is your student number. So once you log in, you are going to be able to compete, and I can actually see what progress you've made. You can tell you've logged in because if you click on those three bars again, now it says log out. So down here, the first lesson series you're going to do is this module, FTC Intro. When you click on it, the first thing that pops up is this guide. I can close it without watching it and go, cool, and just play around and see what happens. But the guide right here, if you click this, it will bring that back up again. There's a video tutorial that is narrated by a delightful Canadian person. So they'll say, oat and a boat. It's quite on your rowboat. It's pretty cute. The tutorials, most of them tend to be between 8 and 10 minutes long. It's pretty long. They're YouTube videos, however, which means all the rules of YouTube apply. So you could pop these open on a different tab. Come on, computer. There we go. You could pop these open in actual YouTube, and then you have the full functionality of being able to change it to double speed or put the captions on or all those things. The tutorial will help you get almost all of the lesson complete. So if you're an absolute beginner to any form of coding beyond what we've done with our Legos, I would definitely recommend you watch the guide. As you make alterations to your code, you need to click this purple save button. This actually links us to your account. If you don't click save, then once you complete this mission, or if you close it out and open it again, it will not have your content there. So you have to click this save button manually. I would click it all the time as you do things, right? So the tutorial will show you how to go and find blocks that do things and explain what they do. And then over here, sort of below my floating head, Europe, sorry, should have resized my screen first, but I didn't think about it, is this run blocks option. So when you click run blocks, if you've done something, so let me go ahead and I'll just drop something in there right now just to make things get exciting. So here we go. I can click run blocks and my robot does something now. If that's not what I want my robot to do, I need to click this reset button and then change my code, and then run my blocks again. You'll notice a couple things that you can do. All right, I'm an old lady. I can't see anything. If you scroll with a mouse, and you may want to grab a mouse. There's a box of them on the floor by the old computer cart in the front of the room. Or you can use the plus or minus on the screen here. Zoom your code so you can actually read what it says. If you click and drag on the white space, it'll move your code around. So for those of you who are like, no, it's driving me crazy, it's slightly off the screen or whatever, you can move your view screen. The last thing I'll say, some of you are adept coders. You have experience. There's a link here for OnBot Java. I just clicked all the buttons there to make it do what I wanted it to do. So OnBot Java just translated what I had in blocks into Java. Java is one of the codes that our FTC robots can use. In fact, it's what we use for coding. It's a great basic starting language and is used everywhere for all sorts of things. So what's typed here in text form is exactly what's over here in blocks. And you'll see I clicked on blocks and it went back to the block mode. It gives you this little warning each time because occasionally you have typed things in your Java that doesn't render exactly in the blocks. That's all I can tell from what I've played around with so far. And I've gone far enough in these lessons to know what's going on. But you can make all the same alterations in there. So, for example, my robot was going the wrong direction, so now I'm going to run my Java. Ooh, I got it to go in a straight line now. I need to figure out how to get it to stop at the flag, though. So, I'm not quite there. Better reset. So, click that save button anytime you make a change. You'll notice that the change I made over here, did you see that? So I changed one of my motors right here to be -1. It saved it here, but when I went back to my blocks, it didn't make that same alteration in the equivalent block. So you do need to pay attention to what you're doing if you're going to play with both sides. I think it's super fun. Okay, so when you successfully complete a challenge, it will say, yay, you've done it. Go on to the next one. What happens for me as the teacher is I can see you've completed a challenge. Your first module includes 3, so your job is to complete all 3 challenges. Please watch that guide video again as needed. Don't you guys love what nerdy stuff I end up watching right here? You can tell from my YouTube feed. So watch that guide again. Ask for help from one another. Try again. This is definitely the kind of learning that is about trying things and paying attention to what you try. And you get rewarded by trying things. And then finally, if you need help and you can't figure it out any other way, post a comment, ideally with a screenshot in the comments for this assignment. That's the easiest way for me to link and figure out exactly what you're struggling with. So, good luck, everybody. Please work hard. I'll see you next week.